Morning students. In the previous class we have introduced the concept of relative velocity, how to use the concept of relative velocity to solve the numerical and the significance of relative velocity. Today we will discuss few more numericals to get clarity of the concept. This is the first numerical which I am taking. This is NCERT exercise question and quite important question. A jet aeroplane traveling at a speed of 500 km per hour ejects its products of combustion at a speed of 1500 km per hour relative to the jet plane. What is the speed of the latter with respect to an observer on the ground? See, first of all, before starting, I will help you to understand the statement. You have to analyze what are the given parameters and then what concept you have to apply. In this numerical, there is no different concept. You have to simply apply the concept of conventions as well as the basic formula of relative velocity. See, a jet aeroplane is traveling at a speed. It means obviously the plane is moving. Jet plane is moving in the upward direction. It is not going somewhere else. It is moving upward with a speed of 500 km per hour. When it is moving upward, its product of combustion, that means waste material, that is coming in the downward direction. So velocity of product is given in the downward direction. Now what is given? Product of combustion at a speed of 1500 km per hour relative to jet plane. This is a main point, relative to jet plane. Relative to jet plane, that velocity of plane with velocity of product of combustion with respect to jet plane is given in the downward direction and its value is 1500 km per hour. So here this downward direction will be represented by negative sign. If you understand this point, half the question is clear to you. Now, what is the speed of later? Later means you have to find the speed of combustion, product of combustion with respect to an observer on the ground. It means some person is standing here. For him, what is the speed of product which is coming in the downward direction? Now see, as velocity of jet plane and product of combustion with respect to jet plane is given, negative sign indicate that is in the coming, it is coming in the downward direction. So what step you have to find? You have to find velocity of product with respect to ground. I will not repeat this point again and again because it is clear to us now that velocity of ground or a person standing on the ground, that is taken to be 0. So I will directly use this result in the coming numericals. So here, now coming to this point, VPJ. Apply the basic formula of relative velocity, difference of velocities of product as well as jet plane. P suffix comes first, that's why VP minus VJ. Now apply the values. This VPJ is minus 1500 and VP that we have to calculate. Jet plane, that is giving the speed of 500. So now just rearrange the terms. VP here on this side, you are taking it on the same side, that 500 minus 1500, it will be minus 1000 km per hour. It's negative sign. Negative sign indicate that direction of product of combustion is opposite to direction of jet plane. Jet plane is moving upward, then obviously product is coming in the downward direction. See, for an observer, this value, that means he can just see the direction that is coming downward, that is represented by the negative sign because the jet plane is going upward, and this will be the numerical value with which the product is coming towards the ground, and hence an observer, a person on the ground, will observe the speed of product to be this one. So most important here, you must specify the significance of negative sign. That negative sign indicate that direction of product is opposite to direction of jet plane. This is a main significance. You must mention it in the numericals. This is important numerical. Here you can see this numerical statement seems to be slightly difficult, but what we have applied here, we have simply taken the direction first in which both can move, and then the conventions, then the basic formula you have applied. So it's a simple numerical. I hope now it is clear to you all. Now next numerical, two trains 120 meter and 80 meter in length are running in opposite direction with velocities 42 km per hour and 30 km per hour. In what time they will completely cross each other? So now first of all we have to understand the statement. Two trains, one train, this is having length 120 meter, another train having length 80 meter. They are moving in opposite direction. Their speeds have been given, that is 42 km per hour and this is 30 km per hour. Now in what time they will completely cross each other? First of all, I have marked the direction like this. You can say that can its direction be like this? If they will move in opposite direction like this, they will never meet. Why? Because they will not reach at a common point. So you have to understand it. First of all, when these are moving in the opposite direction, it is not giving us the clarity. It is coming in picture when we are reading the statement that they will completely cross each other. It means they are moving in this direction. That means they are moving towards each other. If they will move away from each other, they can never cross each other. So let's see how to solve it. Now the second point which you have to see here, length of the train is given in meter and the speed of trains are given in kilometer per hour. So what you have to do, either convert it into kilometer or it into be meter per second. We will do it. Either you can do the conversion at the first step, as this is velocity v1, this is v2. You can just multiply by 5 by 18. I will do it in the next step. See how? As like this is first train and this is second train, then relative velocity of one train with respect to two. Why we are calculating it? See, both the trains are moving. This is first train, this is second train. It means if this train has to move, it has to complete this distance also. It has to completely cross. Cross means when they are passing, they have to exactly reach to this point. That means this length plus this length. Total length has to be covered. This is the main point which you have to understand. Initially we don't know whatever be the distance, initial distance between the two trains, how far they are apart. We have nothing to do with that. We have to see that if this is first train and this is second train, at the crossing point they have to completely cross each length. That means they are moving in opposite direction. So we have to calculate velocity of first train with respect to second. So these are moving in opposite direction. So if this 42 km per hour, its direction is taken as positive. So this 30 km per hour, this will be taken as negative. You will take this to be negative. So before writing, I will simply write V1 is 42 km per hour and V2 is minus 30 km per hour. Negative sign indicate opposite direction. Now coming to the basic formula, 42 minus 30, this is 72 km per hour. You can convert it. I will convert it at this step because it will be simple calculation. If you will do at this step, slightly more steps you have to proceed. Now here 72 into 5 by 18. So when you will solve it, you will get, here it is 4, this is 20 meter per second. You can do it here also. It will not make any difference. So I hope this point is clear why we have taken relative velocity. Now as per the statement, in what time they will cross each other. So this is the velocity. What will be the total distance covered? Total distance will be length of first train plus length of second train. 120 plus 80. So it will be 200 meter. So now we have to calculate time. Velocity is distance upon time. So time will be distance upon velocity, and distance is 200 and velocity is 20. So it is 10 second because it is time. So unit will be second. So time taken to cover the completely, they are crossing each other at a particular point. So after 10 seconds they will completely cross each other, covering a distance of 200 meter with this particular velocity. So such kind of questions can be asked. So you have to be mentally prepared for the questions. We have questions in NCERT also on the concept of relative velocity. Now next numerical we are taking. You can see here the level of question is increasing one by one. Now see, this is a concept. Again the same concept you will use in this numerical. Two trains A and B, each of length 100 meter, are running on parallel tracks. One overtakes the other in 20 seconds and one crosses other in 10 seconds. Calculate velocities of each train. Now see, here we have to understand two words. If those two words are clear to you in this numerical, there will be no problem. Not at all any single problem you will face. What are those two words? See, read it once again. Two trains, each of length 100 meter, are running on parallel tracks. This is given. Now, it has not been specified whether they are moving in the same direction or in the opposite direction. Now, coming to the next line. One overtakes the other in 20 seconds. So, overtake is the key word. Overtake. Understand it. Overtake concept comes when the bodies are moving in the same direction. If the persons are moving in the same direction and the person that is behind is moving with greater speed, only then he can overtake. So overtake, when there will be concept of overtake, you have to keep this thing in mind that the bodies are moving in the same direction. Second point, one crosses other in 10 seconds. Means when the bodies are moving in opposite direction, only then there is a point of crossing. When they are moving in the same direction, then concept of overtake. When there is a direction opposite direction, then only there is a concept of crossing. If these two points are clear to you, now you can just simplify these concepts very easily. Let's see how. So here two trains are moving on two parallel tracks A and B. Let me take U and V be the velocities of two trains. As trains are given, that trains are A and B. So we will take velocities of A and B is U and V. Now, as per the second line of the numerical, during overtaking, what was given in the statement? During overtaking, it took 20 seconds. And crossing, where during crossing, then in that particular case, it takes 10 seconds. So during overtaking, first of all, relative velocity of A with respect to B. When these are moving in the same direction, it means one is moving with speed U and another is moving with speed V. So when these are moving in the same direction, relative velocity of A with respect to B will be U minus V. Second point, during overtaking. So in that particular case, relative velocity of A with respect to B. So now you can see when the bodies are moving in opposite direction, then velocity of A with respect to B will be U plus V. Sum of these two you can see, because you have to calculate velocity of A with respect to B. So you are taking velocity of A as standard direction, or if this diagram is confusing, because it is our choice to draw this diagram. So if A is moving along this direction, B is moving along this direction. So this is taken as the standard direction. This will be U minus, and in this direction velocity of B is minus V. So it will be U plus V. I hope this is clear, because we have taken this concept when they are this is when they are crossing each other. I have written it wrong. It is crossing. During crossing, they are moving in the opposite direction. So relative velocity is sum of individual velocities. This is clear. Now, as what is the total distance covered? See, the length of each train is 100 meter. So we are taking it to be 100 plus 100, 200 meter. So now coming to the statement, during overtaking. So according to question, what is given? That time taken is 20 seconds. So we know velocity is distance upon time. If you have to find time, or if you have to use time as a result, so it will be distance upon velocity. So 20 will be equal to total distance divided by 20 seconds is a time taken when the body is moving in the same direction, when there is a condition of overtaking. So what is the relative velocity in that condition? U minus V. So put this value here. Now during crossing, time taken is 10. So as per the formula, distance upon relative velocity. What will be the relative velocity while crossing? That is U plus V. So you can see what are the concepts used in this numerical? Only crossing and overtaking. On the basis of only these two words, I have solved till this point. Now this is a simple mathematical concept. You have solved it in the maths also. You can just solve this. Now when you will solve, rearranging equation 1, U minus V will come out to be 200 upon 20, that is 10. And rearranging this, second equation, U plus V will come out to be 200 upon 10, that is 20. So add equation 3 and 4. When you will add, V will cancel out. 2U equal to 10 plus 20, it will be 30. So U will be 15 meter per second. 30 upon 2, 15 meter per second. So now substitute the value of U in either 3 or 4. If this is 15, then you can get V to be 15 minus 10, that is 5 meter per second. So you can see in this statement the basic concept is of overtaking and crossing. So these are two keywords. Listen, when you have to solve the numerical, you are simply taking the key points as per the question. So the key points are crossing and overtaking. This is giving you the concept, what will be the formula for relative velocity. So that's all concept we have used, that is only on the relative velocity U minus V and U plus V. If you have done this thing wrong, suppose you are taking in the reverse direction, you cannot be able to solve this numerical. If the steps you will follow to be correct, but here if you will make the mistake, then your answer will not be correct. So where are the chances of mistake? At this point. So pay attention at this point, these 2 points. Here it should be crossing or overtaking. It is the case of overtaking, so U minus V. Here is the case of crossing, so U plus V. So in this numerical, I have discussed what are the key points before solving it and what are the places where you can do mistakes. So these 2 places, so you have to focus on these 4 points and then now you can do this kind of numericals. Now one more numerical on the basis of relative velocity I am taking. This is NCERT exercise question and this is quite important kind of numerical. See the statement. 2 towns A and B are connected by a regular bus service with a bus leaving in either direction every T minutes. It means what we are concluding from it, town A and B are connected by a bus service and any bus which is moving, that is leaving in either direction after every T minutes. After every 10 T minutes, the bus is starting its journey. A man cycling with a speed of 20 km per hour in the direction A to B notices that a bus goes past him every 18 minutes in direction of his motion. And every 6 minutes in opposite direction. What is the period T of the bus service and with what speed do the buses ply on the road? See, here also you can see that the level of difficulty of this question is slightly changed, but the concept which you have applied in the previous case, that will be used here also somehow. Let me understand the statement first. 2 towns are connected by regular bus service. When they are connected by regular bus service and when a cyclist moving from A to B, he observes then what he observed, that when the bus passes him is in his direction, own direction from A to B, then it will take 18 minutes. And when the bus which is coming from the opposite direction, it takes 6 minutes. So what is the time interval after which, what is the value of t after which the bus is leaving the town, and with what speed do the buses are moving on the road? Let me see how to solve it. So when the buses are moving from A to B or B to A, let V be the velocities of the buses moving in either direction, because it has not been given, that is, there is a change in speed. And now, so when the bus is moving from A to B, basically cyclist is observing, so the relative velocity of bus with respect to cyclist, observer is a cyclist, so measurement will be with respect to cyclist. And whose measurement we are doing? Velocity of bus with respect to cyclist. So it will be V minus 20. Why? Because bus is moving in the same direction. When bus is moving from A to B, then velocity of bus with respect to cyclist will be obtained by their difference. Now when moving from B to A, when the bus is coming from B to A with the same speed, in that case relative velocity of bus with respect to cyclist. So on applying the result, we can directly take velocity of bus minus plus V plus 20. Why this? Because you can take the velocity of bus with respect to cyclist. So velocity of bus will be taken as positive and this will be taken as negative as per the convention. So as per this result, this will be V plus 20. So directly you can take sum of individual velocities. Now, what is the distance travelled by each bus within a time of t? So distance travelled by the bus, this will be equal to V into t. So now coming to the statement, as per the statement what was given, that when a cyclist observed a bus coming in his own direction, it was in how much time? 18 minutes. When coming in the opposite direction, what was the time when we has observed? That is 6 minutes. So if we are taking velocities distance upon time, so time will be distance upon velocity. This is a basic rule, you can apply anywhere. So here this time, if it is of 18 minutes, this will be equal to distance covered d divided by velocity. 18 is a time when the bus is moving in the same direction as that of cyclist. So relative velocity of bus with respect to cyclist is V minus 20. Right? And when the cyclist and bus, these are in the opposite direction, it will take 6 minutes. So in that case, this time will be equal to d upon V plus 20. This is a main point. If you understand this point, now further you can solve it. After this, only mathematical step. Now here d was equal to Vt. So substitute d to be Vt in both the equations. Now from here Vt is 18 into V minus 20, and here it is Vt, this is 6 into V plus 20. You can label it as 3, 4. Now as left hand side of both the equations are identical, so from here 18 V minus 20 will be equal to 6 V plus 20. Now simplify it. 18 into V, that is 18V minus 360 equal to 6V plus 120. So just rearrange and solve it. This is 360 plus 120. It will come out to be 480, and this is 12V is equal to 480. So velocity, it will come out to be 40 kilometer per hour. What we have done, simply equating equation 3 and 4 and solve it, you are getting velocity of each bus to be 40 kilometer per hour. Now you have also to find the time after which the bus is starting. Now put the value of v either in equation put velocity in equation 1 or you can put it in equation 2. So it is 18 equal to 40 into t upon 40 minus 20. I have put it in first equation, you can put it in 3 or 4. It's depend upon you. So it is 40 into t, that is 20, it is 2t. So from here directly you can come to know that time it comes out to be 9 minutes. So this is all in this numerical. Here, as per the statement, we have worked on the condition that if for a cyclist moving in the same directions mean v minus v20 velocity, time of the bus was 18 minutes. So time will be equal to distance upon velocity. Similarly, when the bus is passing in opposite direction after every 6 minutes, then velocity of bus with respect to cyclist in the opposite direction. So these are the main points. See here, we have kept the result in minutes. There is no need to convert it into hours. Reason being, because if you see here, if you will just convert it into hours, then t minutes, 18 minutes, then on dividing by 60, the result will remain to be the same. It will not make any change. So that's why we are not converting it into the hours. So these are the steps. So now I have covered different kind of numericals on the basis of relative velocity. Now it's your turn. First of all, practice these questions which we have covered today, because I have covered different kind of numericals. In each statement some new concept is coming. Now after this, first of all, you have to go through solve numericals on the basis of relative velocity. If you are able to do those numericals, if you are able to relate what to find in the statement, then go to the unsolved numericals. And if you face any problem, feel free to call me anytime. Thank you. Have a nice day.